New Era has a ton of subscribers, and you also have a bajillion SKUs. And so I'm curious how you even begin to think about segmentation. With all these overlapping groups, ages, fan bases, collectors, yada, yada. How do you approach it from like a bird's eye view?
We just send it. New Era is a beast. Like I was saying, some brands like freak out about launching 5 to 6 products a year. And we're over here launching hundreds of products a year. It's thousands and thousands of SKUs, and it becomes really complex and complicated when you're thinking about who to tell what to. Because obviously we can't be sending out an SMS for every single drop every day, multiple times a day.
Right.
One of my favorite things about our sort of business model and how crazy and chaotic it is that I really view the customer and their actions as like the insight of the type of person that they are. Every action that they take on site, the thing that they're viewing, the thing that they're checking out, the email that they're clicking on, the SMS they're clicking on, like all of that is a piece of information that tells you who they are.
Yeah.
And that allows us to continue to almost like evolve our segments. Like I think of them as living, breathing things, because the people who are going to the site and taking these actions are constantly changing it up. At the highest level, it would be personas. And that's really supplemented with a lot of consumer insights research and like market research. So we'll do like focus groups, and we have a whole team dedicated to that. And that's really helpful because when you zoom out, you really need to understand different profiles of these personas. And so we've got like cap collectors, and those are the people who are like really interested in the different silhouettes and new exclusive custom caps specifically. They're into fitteds. There's like these communities of like crazy cap collectors. It's amazing. And it's a whole culture in and of itself. Yeah. And then there's the true fans, and they are obsessed with their team. All they care about is representing their team and showing up to game day. And, you know, New Era was originated in Buffalo, so it's like the Bills fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's the trend follower, and that's like someone who's more lifestyle, honestly, more like me. And so there's kind of these like larger buckets, and then within those, you can break it down in so many different ways as well, whether it's like license and what sport you're interested in, as well as the actual team itself. And it's complicated because you can't really be talking to a Bills fan about the Giants. Like they don't want to hear from you, and they might unsubscribe if you talk to them about it.
It's insane. I feel like most people listening to this should not complain about segments at all.
Yeah.
No, this is a really complicated...
This is why I love it. Like I get so nerdy with it.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, you might have the most complicated math problem to solve of any brand I've heard of.
I'm thinking a lot about AI this year, and last year I was not. When it comes to the holidays, I think with a brand like New Era, you have so many options for gifting, and like gifting is a huge part of Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Sure.
And so one of the things I like the idea of is, could we take Postscript Shopper and make them your like gift helper?
Gift concierge.
Yeah, so you could go to them and be like, hey, I'm looking for someone, a hat for someone who's like a Bills fan, and they're 18, tell me what you got.
Yeah.
And that eliminates so much confusion within the shopping experience in and of itself. It can like really be the thing that changes brings someone across the finish line.
Yeah.
What do you think is a misconception or something that people have like come to believe about BFCM that maybe is no longer a good idea?
I think brands really are only focused on, like they forget to put on their consumer mindset when they are focusing on prepping for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They're putting their messages out there. And if you aren't going to like resonate with it as a consumer, why would anyone else? And I think you're just focused on, how do we drive revenue? How do we make sure the sales front and center? And I really think that's something that is missing nowadays, is just reminding yourself to go in the consumer
We do get lost in the sauce.
We get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. New Era does, like, because they do so many drops, there's always new products releasing. You guys are way less of a discount focused brand. Does that shift during BFCM? Do you feel the need to really like focus towards promotions and less about like new products? How do you kind of make it feel on brand, but also, you know, a space for yourselves within like this sales season where people are still going to want to buy, but that also feels very true to the brand?
Yeah, we definitely focus on promotions during that time. I think it's, you know, we put out so much throughout the year. It's an opportunity for us to like transparently sell off some inventory. But we also launch new products during the holidays still. Like it doesn't stop. It slows down a little bit, but it doesn't stop. And one of the coolest things that we've done the past couple of years now is we do what's been branded as New Era holiday drops. And we do like 8 days straight where we launch a new holiday focused product. And we have it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like advent calendars, but like when you go on the site, you don't get to see like what's the next day yet. And actually that crushes on SMS. Like we'll ask people in advance if they want to opt out of receiving the drops each day.
Yeah.
And most people don't. No. And they really love it.
Which BFCM is this for you? How many BFCMs have you survived?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Definitely a decade.
So you've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
So what is a mistake that stands out to you as something that you'd like want to share so that someone else can avoid it?
Yeah. Well, this is actually a funny one that kind of ties in postscript as well. When I first started at New Era in 2022, it was literally right before BFCM.
Oh boy.
And we had like a couple of weeks, we're talking. And we had never launched SMS yet. And I came in being like, I worked with a lot of like growing nimble brands, and I was like, let's definitely do SMS. We have to get it in before then because it can be huge for us, you know? I think one thing people forget about SMS is like, even though it is like much quicker channel, it's way more nimble because you don't have to do as much creative, especially compared to email, but it also, there's a lot more compliance associated with it. And I think that that's rightfully so, you know, we don't want to be spamming customers all the time.
Yep.
And so I made the mistake of being like, guys, we're gonna launch within 2 weeks, and add on top that New Era is like this century-old global brand that has its own, you know, serious legal process. And it was not gonna work out. And I like really fought for it, and it just
You were
didn't happen.
ambitious. So you didn't end up sending a campaign over SMS?
No, but honestly, it was probably a blessing. We needed to focus on list growth more.
2 weeks before.
Definitely, you know, get SMS up and running before then.
Before that.
Yeah. I think a lot of brands are still green with SMS in general.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, that's a hot take.
I don't think at your... I do. I don't think necessarily... Actually, I'll even go as far as to say is like, I think some big brands still don't actually know how to use SMS, right? There's still a lot of brands, we were talking about this earlier, that have this huge personalities.
Yeah.
Their emails are designed, their social is like great.
Yeah.
And then you get these kind of basic texts from them.
Yeah.
So there does seem to be like a little bit of a disconnect there. Since you are dealing with a very well-known brand over SMS, what would be like advice you would give to a brand that hasn't actually like capitalized on the channel yet, where they're really not infusing anything?
Yeah. Hire Postscript Plus.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. That's
no, but
that's
really,
the advice
like
I would give.
This would be like.
His name's Tyler.
No, don't hire Tyler because he's mine.
But really, it's like it could be such a huge revenue unlock for a lot of these big brands, and they really aren't capitalizing on it yet.
No,
so like,
for sure.
What would be some of the things that you would suggest if they were like, hey, come work for us, like, or give us some advice? Can we like take, you know, what would be your plea to them?
Like, I feel like so many brands don't actually look at the things that their customers are saying and how they are communicating. When it comes down to like actual reviews that people are writing or doing any sort of zero-party data survey.
Yeah.
It's just so noisy if you're
Yeah.
not actually talking to them in the way that resonates.
Yeah.
Yeah. And PostScript Plus.
And PostScript
And
Plus.
PostScript Plus.
Yeah.
What's your hot take on conversations over SMS? This is still like kind of a polarizing topic sometimes, and I'm curious on what your thoughts are.
Well, mine are that they should embrace it.
Yeah.
And I actually just learned recently that the human throat is designed differently than most mammals.
This is not where I thought this.
Me neither. This is fast.
But
okay, keep
please
going.
educate us.
Yeah, the larynx is lower and it's to prioritize our vocal cords. And that is because we love to communicate. And so it's also why ChatGPT started as a chat, and it's like humans' desire to communicate. And like, if you didn't know or noticed, everything is adding a chat to it, and there's a reason for that. And so like when we're in a communication channel that where you're already having two-way conversations with people, like it's almost strange to think about brands not being able to communicate back.
But you're right. Like historically, we've all like bent over backwards to glean even like the smallest amount of information about an individual customer, and now they're willing to just like yap at you and tell you everything.
Yeah.
So people with the tools to harness those conversations are in a good spot.
That was like an ecom lesson and a science lesson. I really like that.
Is that true?
Yeah. Like it's also part of why, you know, when like you like drink something and it's like, oh, it went down the wrong pipe.
Yes.
It's like our
Our
pipes
huge fatal
are-
flaw in our design.
we have is that like a chat
we prioritize
pipe?
vocal cords over things like choking
At the cost
and breathing.
of,
We can't stop yapping.
Yeah.
So we were so excited. You were a big
say
get for us on the podcast. Maybe one of our biggest gets.
Whoa.
Podcast.
That's
So.
huge news. I feel special.
Suffice to say, we're honored to have you.
Thanks. Guys, real talk.
Yeah.
I know you're dead.
I'm
but
not
like
dead. I feel great.
Snaps.
Hit
Yes.
me.
What's the real talk? I'm so
on a
excited.
scale of 1 to valuable, how valuable do we feel like that was? Do we need to like
Oh, this episode?
Yeah, like we
oh,
gotta-
banger.